You know, I heard they recently decided to add more to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes, I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh? And welcome to another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. My name is Aaron, and I am joined by Professor Andy.
Professor? Wow.
Professor Andy.
I moved up.
Yeah. That's actually probably the nicest intro I've had for you. Out of all.
I know, right?
This is episode 59.
Yeah.
This is, the nicest intro I've had for you.
You do love me.
Like I was telling your dad earlier, I mean, like it's a very short list of people that I can, spend a lot of time with on a consecutive basis. I think you're on the very short list.
Yes.
Obviously my lady.
Yes.
But the list is very short because I get just kind of grumpy and tired of people and
Oh, I know.
yeah. No shit.
I've seen it.
Yeah, no shit. Just
I'm going home. Fuck this.
fuck this. I want to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
You get all squinty eyed. You're.
Anna calls it the beaker face.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, picture that. So my mouth hole basically turns into a upside down U.
A frown.
Like
a hard frown.
It's a very pronounced frown. I think
Like Grumpy Cat.
yes. Actually, yeah, that's probably the most apt description I've ever heard in my entire life. Fucking Grumpy Cat.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I'm Grumpy Cat. I am Beaker. My name is Aaron. We went to... It was all one weekend. But I wasn't working, and we went back home I want to do my fantasy football draft. I've been in the same fantasy football league with a group of friends for more than a decade. And it happened to be the same weekend as my 10-year high school reunion. And I'm like, Anna, I don't know if we're going to go. Like, we'll see how the fantasy football draft goes, all this. And then I got drunk enough. I'm like, all right, get ready. And then come pick me up, obviously, because I'd been drinking. Mm-hmm. Come pick me up. We're going out. Okay. And then eventually, had a good time, reminisced a bit. And then at the end, it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and I'm just sitting there at this country bar. There's a country band playing.
Oh, Jesus.
On a picnic table, and I got the beaker face going. And she's telling all these people she just met that night, like, okay, we're going to go home. This is the look he has when he just wants to go home. And Clay with a truck, and I'm like, yeah, you were right. I wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, a country music bar.
Don't get me wrong, they weren't bad.
Your favoritist music.
Well, then it wasn't my favoritist music. Good country has grown on me. There's been a resurgence of good country.
Has there?
Yeah, Tyler Childers, Zach Bryan. There's been a resurgence of good. My daddy was an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stuck in this rural town.
Fair enough.
With the 145, like every other country song out there. Not the pop blue jean fucking pickup truck girls. Not like Luke Bryan country, but like depressing country. It's made a resurgence in the last couple of years.
Depressing country.
Depressing country. Like think of Johnny Cash, but with a little better lyrics.
Why you got to be hating on Johnny Cash?
I don't hate on Johnny Cash at all. I'm just saying his lyrics are mediocre at best.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not hating on Johnny Cash at all, but I'm telling you, there's been a resurgence of good depressing country lately. And when I listened to my Spotify Wrapped, because that just came out, was your top genre is hip hop. You're in the top like 0.2% for Eminem, and then your number 3 artist is like Tyler Childers. So when I listen to Spotify in my truck, it'll go Outkast, Tyler Childers, Zach Bryan, fucking Return of the Mac, and then DMX, and then it's like, what the fuck is it doing? I'm all over the place, man.
Throw a little Bo Burnham and Sarah Bareilles
Yeah,
in there.
that does come up sometimes.
Just sprinkles on top.
Yeah, that does come up too. That and Mac. I've been listening to a lot of Mac Miller lately, and Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Of course.
And Wu-Tang Clan too. That's my shit. Are we gonna try a beer I've been drinking beer tonight.
Yeah, I noticed.
Not vodka, so we're gonna do another beer taste.
Beer, but quote beer.
Bro, you hating on my hams?
I am totally hating on your hams.
Why are you hating on my hams, bro?
Because it's hams.
All right, let me tell you why I bought the hams.
Oh, Jesus. Why did you buy the hams, Aaron?
So your dad texted me when I was walking into the store at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Oh, I need beer. Okay, I'll buy your dad beer. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's
we drink it, so why
yeah.
not?
So I'm walking through the store, and his favorite is Miller Lite.
Mm-hmm.
Miller Lite, after I drink about 6-7 Miller Lights, I get a little full, and I get a little sluggish and everything. I don't feel that way with Busch Light. When I'm walking down the aisle, I'm like, well, it should probably make the man happy, right? But just buy a 24-pack of Miller Lite and call it a day.
Yeah.
I'm walking, and I'm reaching for the Miller Lite, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see the blue case, and I go, what the fuck is that? And I turn around with my shopping cart, because I had to get Anna's bunnies food. I turn around with my shopping cart. Oh, my God, there's a 30 rack of hams. Fuck yeah, in the cart. Pay for it, drive it back to your dad's. And I poke my head, and he's hanging out in his man cave. I poke my head in, and I go, promise you won't be mad. And he just looks at me all confused. And he goes, what? And I go, I bought hams. Oh!
In your defense, he did not specify.
No, he just said, I need beer.
I need beer. You bought beer, I guess. I mean,
technically it's beer.
it's technically beer.
It's not bad. I put it on the same kind of plane as I put it somewhere in between Miller Lite and Busch Light. If you're talking about cheap beer, like it's in between. Miller Lite is up here-ish. Hams is in between, and then Busch Light. That's what I drink. But Busch Light
for
is like
cost, not taste. Right?
No, just beer. I can tolerate Busch Light the best. Like if I'm bulk drinking beer all day, it's Busch Light. Miller Lite if I'm having 6. Hams. I've been drinking hams since 3:30 this afternoon.
Ooh. All right. Well, the beer we're going to be trying is from way back when we were talking about Frankenmuth, Michigan.
It's been in the fridge. It's been fine.
It's been fine. It's kept cold. This is from the Frankenmuth Brewery. It's called Rummelstiltskin. It's a maple porter. And it's brewed. It's an ale that's brewed with maple syrup from Frankenmuth. Yeah.
It sounds good.
Aromas of chocolate and maple.
That's why I picked it out of the fridge. And it's winter-ish. Yeah. It's fucking gross outside. So might as well drink the dark-ish Christmassy style beer.
It's all over my fingers. There's so many places you can go with that.
I'm just going to keep my fucking mouth shut this time.
Probably for the best.
This time.
Oh, look at that dark.
It's got a good color. It is dark. It says it's an
beer.
ale, though?
Maple porter.
Oh, it's a porter.
Yeah.
I thought you said ale.
Because underneath the maple porter, it says ale brewed with maple syrup from Frankenmuth.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
I took a class on how to pour beer.
Did you actually?
No.
think my bartending license expired last month. It's okay.
Well, I mean,
Thanks, buddy.
so I mean, kind of. So before COVID,
There is like two different timelines. There's pre-COVID
and after COVID.
and post-COVID. There's no during COVID.
Well, there's pre-COVID and post-lockdown. Lockdown
nothing
is
happened.
just blurred.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
We did buy a house during lockdown. It was towards the end of lockdown.
Anyways, this was about a year before COVID. It's 9 months before COVID. My wife and I went down to St. Louis, and
I do enjoy St. Louis.
Yeah, we caught a Cardinals game, and then we, before we headed out of town the next morning, we did the Budweiser tour.
Fantastic tour. I did it when I was a kid, though.
Yes, it's a fantastic tour.
I need to do it as an adult.
I think we paid the extra to do like the premium tour.
Oh.
And it was phenomenal. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because like
That was your class.
that was pretty much our class. Like towards the end of the tour, spoiler alert.
They probably tell you all this shit on the website.
Probably. But towards the end of the tour, right? The whole tour is like showing us the process of their brewing the beer and canning and all that stuff, and touring the grounds and blah blah blah. But towards the end of the tour, they've got us. They bring us into the vats of beer that's ready to get canned and bottled and all that stuff. And throughout the tour, we have beer tastings, like from the batches.
Now, I don't remember because I couldn't taste the beer when I was a child. But do they cold brew? Is it cold coming out of the tap, or is it still hot? Do you remember?
Jesus.
It was a few years ago.
This has been a few years ago. I know there was part of the factory that yes, the vats are hot, but I don't know what specific part of the brewing process that is.
My buddy Marky Mark would be him and
Yeah.
his brother brew. I don't brew beer.
I don't
Never
know.
have. I just enjoy it.
I don't quite remember, but we get ushered into the last of the vats before they go off for bottling and canning.
So that's probably the cooling process then.
Yeah, and so they put the little corkscrew tapper in, and our tour guide's like, "This is how you pour beer, so you don't get that huge like 2-inch head of foam on the top." And so that was my class. This is how you do it. I'm going to show you. Do. And then, all right, here's your souvenir glass. Come up and pour your beer.
So there was a test at the end of class.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Some-
the worst part is I'd been drinking.
So, well, it's a brewery. You have to. I remember we used to go vacation every year in Spooner, just outside of Hayward, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And one year we went to the Leinenkugel's Brewery up in Chippewa Falls.
Ooh.
And I was a kid. I mean, I was like 10, 11.
I wanna
something
go to
like
that one.
I do too, but it's a ways away
Yeah.
from us. I don't know when I'm going to be in that part of Wisconsin anytime soon. But we went, and then I remember my parents and the other family we were with, they got a little fucking hammered in the tasting room after the tour.
No.
What? No. And then we had to drive back to the cabin, and everybody kind of went to bed early that night.
I can believe that.
Yeah. And I was 10, and I wanted to partake in the fruity shit they were drinking. Mm-hmm. That's before Leinenkugel's got bought by, who are they? I think Coors?
Yeah, the Coors Corporation.
I think
or
Molson
Miller
Coors,
Company.
Molson Coors bought
Yeah.
Leinenkugel's, I think. Pretty sure. It's only like two big beer companies. There's all the microbreweries, and then there's everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a locally owned shit, and then everything else. Like Goose Island got bought out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Miller Corporation.
Miller Coors is all one giant conglomerate, and InBev, it's all one giant conglomerate. But anyway,
this is one of those microbrews.
yes.
So here's some Rummelstiltskin.
Prost.
Prost. It's good smell.
Some good notes to it. Oh, that is pretty fucking tasty, though. Damn.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I had at the brewery for dinner.
What was the one you were saying you had? You couldn't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure I had that when we went up to Michigan. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
You were talking. We have to dig back through the episodes.
Oh,
you were
Jesus.
talking about it, and I think I tried it. And it was way better on tap than in the can.
Oh.
I think it might have been out of Frankenmuth.
Oh, shit. What was that?
I don't remember. Was it up on the shelf here?
It should be.
Oh, yeah, the oatmeal cream pie. That's what it
Oh,
was.
okay.
I had it on tap. It was the oatmeal cream pie. I had it on tap when we were in Michigan.
That's right.
A couple weeks after you guys were up there, and it was so much better on tap.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Everything's better on tap.
Everything's better on tap.
That's pretty good, though. I enjoy that.
I know, right?
It's like a little sippy sip.
Yeah, it's good. 7.5% alcohol. So
I could probably drink.
it's kind of hefty, but
Oh, if it's below 30 degrees outside, I could probably drink about 3 of those, and then have to switch to my Busch Lighter
hams.
Can't believe you're ragging on the hams, bro.
I will rag on the hams.
What's wrong with hams?
It's like I love my father to death. Love him to death. He bought at the local hardware store. This been years ago.
Right, because it's been closed for a couple years.
Yeah, years ago. He bought a case of Old Milwaukee with the pinup girl.
Dude, Old Milwaukee ain't that bad either.
On the can.
It's in the same kind of realm as hams.
Well, so that's just it. Like, Dad said it the best when he bought that was he had gone to whatever restaurant and for whatever reason they had Old Milwaukee on tap.
Right, then you have to.
And so he had a glass of Old Milwaukee on tap and went, oh my gosh, this is better than I remember. So when he saw the pinup girl on the case of cans,
It's a dying art, the pinup girl.
he goes, I'm going to buy that. And for the first,
And each can had a pinup girl on it, too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could take a sip and go, oh, yeah, in 1952, she'd be hot as fuck.
What a dame.
Right. Ain't nothing like a dame.
Yeah. So it was great
Nothing in the world.
until 3 cans in. And then you're like, nah.
Come on, bro.
Nah, I need to switch. This is the aftertaste is finally catching up to us.
Oh, you just got to power through, man.
No,
I think me and Paul got hammered on Old Milwaukee. There's Old Milwaukee, and there's Old Milwaukee Light,
yes,
and there's Old Milwaukee Best. Old Milwaukee Best is the garbage of the 3. I think we got hammered on that one time. It's like, I got this laying around. All right, fine.
nah, man, no.
I can't believe you're hating on the hams, man.
I am hating on the pork chop in the can.
Oh, come on. My dad collects beer cans, and some of the old hams cans are fantastic. They're really cool. This one's just kind of boring. It's like the throwback. It's just got the hams, the golden logo on it or whatever. Some of the old hams cans are really cool looking.
I can believe that.
Nostalgia, except I wasn't alive.
I was gonna say you weren't fucking alive, bro. That'd be like, yes, this beer has hints of woody acreage from the pine trees of the Mount Everest eruption
there's no
80s
Mount Everest.
whatever.
1, Mount Everest isn't a volcano. 2, there's no pine trees on Mount
Sorry,
Everest.
Mount St. Helen. Fuck you. Some mountain that exploded, okay? Jesus.
Fuji. Anyway, what's the craziest beer you've ever had?
The craziest beer I've ever had?
Yeah, like something that just sticks out in your mind. You're like, okay, that's just too weird.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't typically branch out on beers too often.
So one of my favorites, I don't remember who brews it, but it's a dark beer. It's a stout, but they add like vanilla and cream and everything. I think I had you try it once. It tastes like it's got the Dunkaroos, knockoff Dunkaroo logo on it. That's delicious, but that's pretty out there.
Yeah.
And then one time I was in Chicago, downtown Chicago, drinking with my buddy Drew and his older brother, Corey. And he's like, oh, man, you got to try this beer. They have it on tap. It smelled like shitty weed smelled. And it tasted like shitty weed smelled. I don't remember what. I was pretty hammered. So we went to the Cubs game that afternoon.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was called. That was pretty bad.
No, I'd have to say probably the most unique beer I've ever had would probably be like the Grosch. I'm gonna butcher it. The
Klosch?
Glosch. The German
Klosch.
Glosch.
KL.
No, this was like GL.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
When you go to the liquor store,
Lick a Stowe. It's Stowe.
Whatever.
STO. Stowe.
Whatever, motherfucker. When you go there and they have the beer section, it's on the shelves with all the bottles, and it has that weird like stopper thing on the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those.
Those are good though.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Whenever me and your dad go to Benny's, we always make sure to buy, like a German stopper.
Yeah, it was good.
A liter of beer.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just don't remember what it was called, and like I said, that was probably the most unique beer I've ever had.
I never had the pleasure of trying it because I wasn't alive. But the craziest beer they've probably ever made is the University of Florida developed a sports drink. The Florida Gators developed Gatorade back in the 70s, early 80s. And you know what they did in a brewery down there? They mixed Gatorade and beer, and they called it Hoppin' Gator. That's probably the craziest beer ever been created. I don't remember. My dad's got a couple of the Hoppin' Gator cans. They were cool. They were very South Florida, like tropical type shit. Can you imagine Gatorade and beer in a can?
No, I can't.
I can't either. It sounds disgusting.
That sounds horrible.
I know.
It's
one of those novelty things. You're like, oh, I'll try it just to try it, and then you buy a 6-pack, and then you never buy it ever again.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long.
You have one of the 6 cans, and then the other 5 just sit
in the back of your fridge. Yep. Like anything Pumpkin Fest or whatever. Mm-hmm. Sam Adams Pumpkin Ale or some shit.
I will say this: as much of a basic white girl as I am, with my pumpkin pie and my pumpkin spice lattes, I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin beer, and I don't think I want to.
I think New Glarus had a pumpkin one that I could tolerate. I think I tried it a couple years ago.
Yeah, but
because I really enjoy their October. Oh, dude, I got spotted cow at the house. I need to drink. Anyway, thinking about it out loud.
Squirrel. Where's the squirrel?
Squirrel. It's right there. But I think New Glarus had a pumpkin beer that I tried a couple years ago, and I could do one at a time, and that was it.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and I think the last 4 just kind of ended up in the back of the fridge and got kind of skunky.
Yeah, I can believe that too.
Yeah. Paid $10 for a 6-pack, and 4 of them went to waste.
It's okay. So a couple years ago for St. Patty's Day, I got the Guinness for cooking the corned beef.
I drink Guinness on St. Patty's Day, and then that's it.
Well,
don't get me wrong. I like Guinness.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
good.
the taste of Guinness. It's good. It's a good dark beer.
Well, I used, I think, 3 or 4 bottles of the 6-pack, and I think I drank 1 or 2.
Because I can only drink 1 or 2.
Guinnesses
at a time.
Yeah, around the day of St. Patty's, right?
Yeah.
As I was cooking it.
Oh, it's March 15th.
And then, like, the next day when I was having Reubens with the leftover stuff.
Have a Guinness.
But for the longest time, the last Guinness was sitting in my fridge upstairs. You know who drank that?
Your brother.
Yeah, after like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I don't know how long Guinness lasts in the fridge, but as long as it's been cold.
He didn't complain. Oh, Dan, by the way, that Guinness you drank was over a year old.
There, I think you were working, but it was a few years ago, right after they bought their house. Was that 2020? Maybe. But I said that was like the first year I started on the vodka diet, and I had this case of Spotted Cow sitting around, and I took it to New Year's. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drink beer. Dan likes Spotted Cow, and drank the first one and go, that doesn't taste quite right, and tried the second one and go, I think all of it is skunked. So I ended up pouring out an entire fucking, it wasn't a case, it was a 12-pack, an entire 12-pack of Cow.
Oh.
And then I had to drink Anna's rum for the rest of the night. And that was not
Ugh.
fun. It's not fun. It's too sweet. Rum is, because you got to mix rum with something.
Yes.
Rum is too sweet for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I like rum.
Well, you're drinking rum right now.
I am. Well, besides the beer.
Besides
I am.
the beer.
I am. Actually, you know what? There was a summer that I spent at the campsite pretty regularly. It might have been, no, it was probably like the summer before we had that picture of all those spotted cows.
Was it the summer? Because your dad bought it in 16. Spring of 16. And then we spent basically all of 16 cleaning it up.
Yeah, it was like probably
the next year.
17 or 18.
Yeah.
I think.
Could have been.
I spent a majority of my summer, if I wasn't home, I was out there just chilling. And I had a lot of rum and Hawaiian punch.
That's a lot of sugar.
That is. It was good, though. But damn, it was a lot. A lot.
So, I mean, we do have a lot of good times at the campsite.
We do. Yeah. We do.
You need to come down to the campsite more. Yes. I need to go down to the campsite more.
Yes.
With our work schedules, we can go down on a random Tuesday.
That is true.
Yeah. Go down on a Tuesday. We could take the podcast on location.
Ooh.
All it takes is a laptop, and you got to charge the laptop. That's it. We can go mobile with this thing.
Yes.
It's not like we're anchored to the studio by any means. Anyway.
Any hoodles.
Let's do a Mad Lib. You see the title?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Today's Mad Lib has been brought to you by Cabby.
All right. I need
Yeah.
a verb ending in ing.
Fucking.
That boy. Article of clothing, plural.
Bras.
A place. Give me a
place?
Yeah, give me either a region or a city.
Chicago.
Part of the body.
Penis.
That boy. Piece of furniture.
Couch.
An adjective.
Fuck. Adjective. Describes a noun. Huge.
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 A relative. Cousin, second cousin, uncle.
I know what relatives are.
I know, just a relative.
Okay.
Give me one.
Like name or just...
No.
Oh.
A general one.
Stepmom.
Quality. A type of liquid.
You're giving me those eyes.
I'm looking for a specific answer.
Jizz.
That a boy. It starts with a J. I need a plural noun.
Boobs.
That's good. An adjective. I'm going to need 3 adjectives.
3 adjectives. Veiny.
Very nice. Another adjective.
Soft.
And another adjective.
Supple.
Okay, and a noun.
Let's see. A noun. A noun. Person, place, thing.
Let's see. Give me a thing. Give me a thing.
Table.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, man.
It'll be fine. Plural noun.
Plural noun. Boys.
Okay.
I didn't like that intake. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. So then there's 3 lines that says last name of person in room, but one of our rules is no last names. So I want you to give me the last names of 3 celebrities. 3 of them.
Kendrick.
That a boy. I'm just going to put the whole name in there because I know who you're talking about. Another one.
Bullock. Aniston.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 are 90s jerk off material.
I was born in the 90s. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Let me write Jennifer Aniston down. Okay. You ready? This one is called Campfire Stories. Take a little sip of beer. It is always fun to chop up some boobs and then use them to build a veiny campfire. Then you get all of the boys to sit around the fire and tell scary stories. You can tell about Ichabod Crane, the supple school teacher of Sleepy Hollow, and his soft adventures with the headless table. Or you can tell The Fall of the House of Anna Kendrick, which was written by Edgar Allan Jennifer Aniston. Or you could tell about vampires from Chicago, like the terrible Sandra Bullock, who bit people on the penis and drank their jizz. By this time, many of the young campers will start shaking in their bras and will begin yelling for their stepmom to go hide under a couch. Believe me, when it comes to fucking a bunch of kids, there's nothing like a really huge ghost story. Turned out better than I thought. Your face is just, I mean, like tomato red right now.
Oh, Jesus. Help me,
Terrible
stepmom.
Count Sandra Bullock, who bit people on the penis and drank their jizz. Maybe I'll have to Photoshop some sort of thing of Sandra Bullock. This has been another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. My name is Aaron.
We'll get a cease and desist.
Nobody listens. We're not getting a cease and desist.
Fair enough. My name's Andrew.
Find us on Twitter, on Instagram. Email us at buzzbasementbrospodcast@gmail.com. We out. Sandra Bullock, penis. Promise you won't be mad.